keep us up out of manure. So what I'll do is I'll try and snag one, and then I'll tie it. Oh yeah, we better get this ready. Here, Cop, you hold on that. Go.
Careful.
Don't let him get in. He's better over here, buddy. I'm gonna go away. All right, now. Now the race is on. Push him around this way. Careful, careful. Ah, shoot.
I gotta check out my knee.
There we go.
Alrighty, folks. One of the reasons I took and muted this video is because it is so loud when you're handling pigs. They squeal in such a high shrill, regardless of how far I turned down the video, it was still just way too loud. We don't like, as I'll mention later, we don't like to castrate them when they're this old. We got these pigs when they were, I think these are around 4 or 5 months old, and it's hard on them, it's hard on us, and it has to be done in order to raise these for meat. One of the things that we do is we take and we tie them up, and I'll show you here in just a minute how we do that. We tie onto a back foot, go up and around the head on the inside of the foreleg, and then we tie up the other leg and then loop in the front legs, and that's why they call it hog tying. That's how you tie a hog. These hogs were just a bundle of muscle. They were hard to handle. You see here we've got him tied up. And what I'm doing here is taping up his nose. A lot of times if you tape up their mouth, they don't make as much noise, and it's just so that we have eardrums left when we are done doing this procedure. And we have 3 people helping, which was really good. Like I said before, these pigs are like a bundle of muscle, just a ball of muscle. Here I'm using some of our good old hand sanitizer. We had like a case of it left when the old CV was around in 2020, and I use it to disinfect animals when I'm castrating or cleaning wounds, that sort of thing. So we're going to take and we're going to castrate these pigs and make them into bars. A male pig is called a boar. When you castrate them, we call them bars. Not really sure why, but that's what we call them. Probably need to look into the origin of that. When you have enough people, we restrain the animals and get enough people on them. It's not just to restrain the animals so it's easier for us to castrate them. It's also for their protection, because if you don't hold them down, they could thrash around and hurt themselves, and try to make it as calm a process as possible and get it over with as fast as possible. The more restraint we have, it makes it possible for us to hurry up and get it done and eliminate as much trauma as possible. So here we go, and these are pretty big pigs. They are pretty good size. The catching and the tying takes longer than the actual castration. I treated it with purple lotion spray. I spray it inside the wound, outside the wound, and that'll keep the flies off. Thankfully, it's a cool enough day that we really don't have to worry about flies. And these pigs heal up really quick. They're really resilient. And it's not the way that I like to do it. I like to do it when they're little. There's a whole lot less trauma, a whole lot less screaming, and just a whole lot less problems when they're little. They heal up quicker. They're still in that regenerative state. So you can see, boy, once they get loose, they're any chance they can get to fight and take off, they'll fight and take off. This is pig 2. Catching it, going to tie it up the same way. This one wasn't as much trouble as the other one. I think he was a little bit smaller also. Didn't have as much fight. We didn't tape up his nose either. Once we got him tied and got him on the pallet, he was pretty quick, which is really good for him. And most of these pigs eat, and that's the biggest thing with animals is when they get hurt or when you do a procedure on them is their appetite. And these pigs, they never quit eating. They were right back at it. They laid around a little bit this afternoon when we castrated them, but for the most part, they were eating and drinking, and by the next day, they were getting around pretty good. See here, same procedure. With hogs, they're a little different than other animals. You want to make the incision a little bit lower down, just so that they'll drain properly. You don't want to make it too high, because if you do, then they'll swell up and they won't drain. So you have to position, the hog to where you can know where you're cutting on the hog, where you're making the incision to get the testicle out. But having the pig's back feet pulled forward really helps this. It puts them in such a position that their body's in the correct configuration to do that and to know what you're cutting. Tell people, if you're interested in castrating your own hogs, get with somebody who knows what they're doing, who's done this. I've castrated literally thousands of animals, from big pigs, cows, horses, just about anything you can take and imagine. We've castrated, and it will be a little scary at first if you don't know what you're doing. So be with somebody who knows, what you're doing, and learn from it. Start off with the smaller ones. There's a lot of homesteader videos out there where people show what they're doing. With these larger hogs, it is a little bit much to handle. I mean, they're squealing, they're fighting, but if you get your practice in and learn with somebody who knows what they're doing, then you'll have the confidence to be able to do this on your own pigs, and then you can teach somebody else, later down the road. So got these guys castrated, and it went really well, and now they are bars.
Okay, folks, they're no longer boars, so the meat's going to taste a lot better. And however violent of a deal it is, wait until they get this big is just hard on them. It's hard on us. We generally cut ours when they're 6 weeks old or littler, as soon as they start showing signs. So this had to be done to raise meat. Don't like to do it this way, but we got them done. I had plenty of help here today. EJ, that was your first time doing that, wasn't it, buddy?
All right.
You like it?
Yeah.
All righty, folks. Well, we got it done, and now they're gonna be sore for a few days, but they'll get over it pretty quick. Let's get this old pallet out of here. So until next time, trust in the Lord and do good. Live off the land. Enjoy the bounty of it. We'll see you later.